Welcome back to another property tour. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Joshua Guevara. I'm a qualifying broker with Elevate New Mexico Realty here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And today we are back at it again with another property tour. This time we're at 7515 Autumn Breeze. This is my listing along with Nadine Manzanares. There's her contact information right there. We have co-listed this property. The one unique thing about this one is it is what they call a short sale. So that means they are selling it for less than what's owed to the bank. So you can actually work out a really amazing deal if you have the patience to ride the wave. It is a little bit of a longer process. We'll dive into it more once we get towards the end of the tour. Let's go ahead and start off with it being listed at $287,000 currently. We are making very aggressive price drops, so looking to make sure we get this thing sold quickly. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a 2-car garage. It does have quite a few updates from when they purchased it, so not too much needing to be done. It's mostly cosmetic based on what we've seen. I do have a special guest with me today. You saw some feet. There's Avery. Go and say hi, Avery. And we're gonna start off. Here's your clean outs for the sewer line. We have a hose bib. I love the security gates. They're actually really nice. And of course they come with the latches, so you're not gonna have to worry about the inspector saying that there's no way of, being trapped in the home, because that is a concern. You'll catch that a lot with older homes. Flooring seems to be in really decent condition. Nothing too crazy going on here. This is gonna be your living room. You do have coax over there. Ceiling fan still functional. Coming into here, this is going to be like your little dining area, and then this is going to be your kitchen. Does not come with a refrigerator, but we can see if we can get something worked out based on the deal. Stainless steel appliances, these are newer as well. This not so much. I don't want to say this is newer, but still Kenmore, working really well. No issues on that side. Double basin sink. Nice faucet there, soap dispenser. I don't believe there's actually going to be, is there? Oh yeah, incinerator, nice. All right, that's in there. Of course, you even have a clean out, that's nice. So if you do get clogged in there, bam, you just hit that hole and you're good to go. Does have the water line for your refrigerator. Right off of the living room, you're gonna come into here. It's gonna be the owner's suite. Again, I did mention that there was a release valve for that. So in the event that there was a fire and you were trapped in your room, bam, you'd be able to open the window, hit that valve, and get out. Closet, decent little walk-in, nice shelving, not too shabby. This is actually a box for your security system. I can't get it open. It's been screwed shut, as you can kind of see. But this would be sounding the alarm. Again, there is no active security on this home. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you were to get that security set up, it would probably be through ADT, someone of that sort, to get that done. Here is the owner's suite bathroom. Of course, we have a little patching going on, right? Just need to match the paint. Again, we could probably get something worked out in the transaction to see if we can get all of it matched at least for you. But again, this is going to be a highly discounted property compared to comps in the area. Right now, we're at that 287 marker. So with that being said, comps are usually around like 290 plus. So we're a little tight, but again, you bring in an offer, we'll be able to present it to the bank and see if they accept it to move forward. We're going to step into here. This is going to be the hallway that'll lead to the guest bedrooms. It is a swamp cooler. Swamp cooler, we haven't verified if it's working. We have to ensure that the water line is secured. But the good part is you do get a newer furnace. And let me open up this other side, and you get a newer water heater. All right, now the only thing about this one is it does need to get updated. We do need a drip line, a drip line for here to make sure the sediment gets caught. This is a flex line. It needs to be a straight line, and then there needs to be a expansion tank on the top. But for right now, you do have the drip pan, so that's good. And we'll move in through here. Guest bedroom 1, release valve, always a nice touch. Right, not walk-in really closet, sorry. But it does have the shelving. They put the door stopper on the top. There was, when they were taking out the washer dryer, a little bit of water leaked, so we got to get that mopped up and cleaned. Coming into here is the other guest bedroom. You do have cable coming out here. Again, another release valve. And considering that the AC is not on right now and it is about 100 degrees today, it's actually not that hot. So very well insulated. Going to be the guest bathroom. We need to get that properly hooked. If you can kind of see, it's really hard to see. There's a little clip there. The clip is broken, so that needs to get taken care of. Other than that, shower insert, missing the racks for the towels. All right, head to the bathroom. Or sorry, the backyard. Oh, forgot, washer box was newer as well. So that was another update that was done. And then actually we'll just take a look at the garage real quick. The light's not on. There we go. Garage, decent shelving. Of course, you got your electrical panel. It's a newer garage door motor, so that's gonna be a plus. And then you're gonna have your access point into the attic. Nice, not too bad. We'll go ahead and hit the backyard and we'll start explaining the short sale. So a short sale, obviously like I explained in the beginning, is when you're gonna end up having to owe money to the bank essentially. So in this situation, they already owe more than what is being sold for. So the bank has to approve those numbers, and they also have to see the financials of the sellers just to ensure that they're not hiding like a 401k that has $1 million in it, right? Because if they do find out about that, of course, they're gonna want you to pay the owed money so that it ends up being a wash for everybody, right? No one makes any money and everyone just walks away without having to lose any money. Now, with that being said, if your seller doesn't have the money, right, like they're barely working or they don't have a 401k, then at that point, it ends up becoming a deficiency judgment on the sellers. Now, after that, that's up to them on how they like to handle that deficiency judgment. But the reason why you would do a short sale is because it is a little bit less on your credit compared to a foreclosure or even a deed in lieu of foreclosure. Deed in lieu of foreclosure is where instead of you going through a sales process or the foreclosure process, you just deed the property back to the bank and then the bank takes over from there. In this situation, we're gonna start turning lights off because we're shutting this down. In this situation, it's gonna be more beneficial for them to do the short sale because it won't affect their credit for that long. Typical foreclosures or deed in lieus will stay on your credit report for 7 years. In this situation, with the short sale, it would be more of 3 to 5 years. So do keep that in mind. If you ever see any properties on my YouTube or on my TikTok, any of those that you'd like to take a look at, you can always text me or give me a call at 505-363-7926. Thank you, Avery. Or you can email me at j.guevabq@gmail.com, and we can make sure we set some showings up and get you into a home. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.